I'm Kevin Casey. I'm a professional mixed martial arts fighter. And right now, what I'm about to do is issue a warning out to all other competitors.
I don't want overs. I just expect them to happen.
Fatty's gonna fatty is real.
Oh, give me fucking truth, baby. Come on. Let's go.
How have I been this successful in life?
Welcome to this week's edition of the MMA Analysis Podcast. First show in 2026. Shit still doesn't make sense. COVID ruined frame of reference for time. But yes, we are in 2026. We're starting off the Paramount deal with a good card. I honestly thought it would be better, but there's a bit of circumstances that are, I think, holding it back a little bit, but still a good card. And for you Americans, it's free, technically. I mean, not technically, but it's not a pay-per-view, so enjoy it. The only question is Wes gonna be streaming it on Paramount, or is Wes gonna try to find some better streams that are quicker than the old Paramount stream, so he can get some live bets in? That is the question. How we doing, Wes?
I'm doing good. Yeah, free for Americans has been free for 75% of Americans for a while now, but I was honestly thinking about that because our last show I talked about how the Paramount Plus app and shit was absolute dog shit.
Yeah, people are finding that out.
And that wasn't even talking about, it being behind. Like, I've watched some Champions League football on it, and it's a couple minutes behind on up to date on that. But just the app, it's not snappy. You can tell how it's delayed, and it's got so much lag in it and shit, which is horrible. But I was thinking about that the other day, that I'm probably gonna have a stream up on my phone and have it to the side just to, like, if something dramatic happens, I catch it out of the, because that's bad. And a lot of these apps, man, are like, they've gotten fairly close. For so long, it was about 60 seconds on most apps to it being live. But some of them's got it up to about 20, 30 seconds, which is nice. What's wild is, like, Fox Sports, when they had Champions League football on there and Bundesliga, before that shit went to all the ESPN, they were like 10, 15 seconds behind live TV. Damn. Had the best, and I don't know what happened to them. Like, they literally don't really go after the rights of that shit much anymore. I guess it's all NFL and stuff to them, but 2 minutes is insanity in 2026. That's crazy. Like, even YouTube TV is like 30 seconds, which is not bad. You can live with that. But just the app overall is going to be a shitstorm, man. It's so bad.
The chances are pretty high that this fucker is going to crash on 324, I would assume.
I mean, I think more people, even in America, watching all of the Champions League matches on Paramount.
You think it's
Plus,
more?
I would almost bet that it's close. Like, there's a lot of people in the States that watch soccer, and if all of those games are going at the same time, plus it's in the middle of the afternoon, so people are probably more likely to stream them at work and places on their phone and shit. I think they do pretty good. And, like, I watched some Champions League the past couple of days. The actual stream of it is pristine. It looks fucking fantastic. I'm not sure it's in 4K, but it's a very good 1080
high bit rate 1080.
It looks very good, but it's fucking 2 minutes behind live, even on Champions League soccer, which is
That's tough. Yeah, they I thought with kind of how long we've kind of had streaming, they would have, and I don't know whether it's a choice or not. I think there is some technology that can make it quite a bit quicker than what these apps are putting out. So I don't know if it's just lack of trying or on purpose, but it kind of ruins live betting, which
I figured out, did some research a couple weekends ago, and so YouTube TV, they have a setting on there. If you go into the weeds, you can take off the broadcast delay. So every TV app and channel has a broadcast delay in case of, used to be cussing, but now
Right.
it's like just a lot of different stuff. But if you take that off, it goes from about a minute, like most apps are, to down to like 20, 30 seconds on YouTube TV now. You got to dig in the weeds a little bit, but they warn you like it could affect your quality. Like
yeah,
if it,
of course, you could have some buffering if you don't have good enough internet.
just have good internet. Just
Yep.
have good, if you have good internet and
You'll be
you
fine.
go into the weeds. But if YouTube TV can get to that, like it's possible to have this shit about, I would think 15, 20 seconds off. Like, I mean, you can do it on your PC. You can watch like live streams of places and shit. And that shit's within like what seconds off. Like you watch somebody's Twitch stream or their live YouTube stream, you're within 5 or 10 seconds off of them live. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely possible.
Yep. They probably just have to choose and invest a bit. So we'll see.
Invest.
That's they're already giving a bit too much to the UFC. So I don't know how much
as a person that plays online games and they have to pay for good servers to make their games run good and snappy. $billion companies will not invest in good servers. Sure as fuck, UFC and Paramount ain't invested in jack shit.
Dinosaurs. They're fucking dinosaurs. But we shall see. For most of the folks, I hope it goes well, but we shall see. Yeah, so obviously we're gonna preview 324. I fucked up a bit, and we probably should have had the old preview podcast last week, but it's been a bit of shit show. As you can see with my beautiful background, I have moved the office down to the downstairs bedroom because got another little one on the way.
Yeah.
And it's been a bit of a dicey couple of months. We got some health scares, so that was fun to deal with. But yeah, so we're kind of rushing to get our shit together now because we only got 8 weeks at the most, 8-9 weeks at the most. So gonna have to get my shit together.
Good luck
so
with
yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's
good luck with that.
It shall be interesting. But yeah, so that's why I have the beautiful background, because it's chaos behind me. But that should be fixed up somewhat soon. ToutMaster, obviously with the first event on Saturday. ToutMaster is starting up again. What did I put in the fucking? I think, I don't know if it's 12 or 13 time. I can't remember. But yeah,
This is this our 13th year?
I can't remember. I looked it up at some point, and it is in the info/rules that I send out to everybody, but I can't remember. But it's been a lot of years, and we had about 100, just under 160 people last year. First place got a pretty decent payout.
2,600 or something like that, I believe.
Yep, that's not
first back-to-back winner in ToutMaster history,
which is wild,
pretty incredible. Congrats,
pretty wild. Yeah,
and Fuego. Yeah, congrats. That's very impressive.
Yeah, we pay out top 10. We don't take any cuts. Year-long pick'em contest. I mean, everybody's listening. They know, yeah. But for if we got some one random person that decides to listen to this podcast, maybe he has some interest in a year-long UFC pick'em contest. If you have interest, email us the MMA analysis at gmail.com. Send me a Twitter DM, and we'll get you the info. See if it's something you're interested in, and should be another fun year. Wes?
Yeah. Always a good time. I've come close. I think once, twice, maybe I've gotten a couple top 10s, one top 5, I think. Yeah, it's always good to kind of test your knowledge. Everybody thinks they can pick all these fights. I think we do it kind of in a fair way, the point system as well. 1 point for a favorite, and then each underdog plus 200, 300, so on and so forth. You get those amount of points. I think that's a pretty fair way to judge somebody's picking skills. So yeah, it's always a good time, and hopefully we can get that 150 range or so. That's usually a decent payout. If we can get 150, 170 or so, that's a good chunk to the winner.
Yep, only a $50 buy-in, American.
Yep.
So nothing big, no crazy investment, but
always pay out 13
Yep.
years. Never got to worry about somebody running off with your shit. We've seen that in this space before. So yeah, always pay out and never got to worry about that.
Yeah, our buddy Aussie Fight Fan, he's coming for that title, trying to take down Enfuego. If it's not one of us, it would be great if it was you, Aussie, because you're a good dude and you've been around a long time in this fight game. Yeah, so I don't know, on to the last year / what we predict this year. It was a rough year for us. Like, usually we're pretty shitty. I mean, it's hard, to pick who's going to be the champ at the end of each year. Usually we're around the 40 or 50% right sometimes. Tough year. Real tough year.
Well, there's a lot of bullshit now with this title and this dude not fighting and them just doing interim titles and giving them to this guy and people moving around weight divisions. That last year might have been truly the toughest year to predict who had the title in any given weight class. Like, really.
Yeah. Some context. Wes was correct 4 out of the 11 champions. I was 3 out of 11. And of course, Bradley, who unfortunately is not here with us. He's still on sabbatical. He went 0 for 11. So he always puts some fun ones in there, but usually you can still grab 1 or 2 and no dice. So we're going to rip through those right now. And we can laugh at these picks. What do we got? Let's put it up here. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Women's strawweight division. I picked Zhang Weili. Wes had Suarez. Brad had Handy Jobs. And unfortunately, all of us wrong. Somehow, the UFC was able to make a way that Mackenzie Dern got a title shot, and of course was against a lady she had already beat, and she beat her.
Yeah, I mean, just Zhang has that title. If she doesn't move up to the
women's divisions are in very rough shape, and I mean, we're fairly critical of them anyway, but they are in poor shape. I think the only fight you can make next is Dern versus Zhang, and say goodbye to your 0 title defenses, Mackenzie Dern, because you're probably going to get washed. So yeah, I mean, Zhang will be back on top until somebody shows a pulse at that weight class.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad, Sean.
No, all good. Here you go.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And man, just overall, the women's fight game, they're dragging Nunez out of mommy retirement to fight their newest champ. And it's like, don't get me wrong. There's a handful of very good women's fighters that I enjoy watching fight that are very skilled. Zhang's one of them. Mackenzie Dern is probably not, and it's like, I don't know I always say, I'll go back to it. I think this should have always stayed like Invicta. You didn't have to move all this over, man, and force it on everybody. You could put a spotlight on these women a whole lot more if they had their own cards. And the people that really enjoyed it, you put these kind of women on it. I'm watching those kind of Invicta, fights on a Friday night or something. But yeah, I digress.
Yes, agreed. Women's flyweight division. I went with Man on Fire, somewhat close, but of course Shevchenko reigned on top. You picked correctly with Chev, and Brad mushed me with Man on Fire. So not terrible. It's just that is women's flyweight, which is it's something. Anything, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, this is one where it's just like we're about done here. And yeah, I mean, Shevchenko holds us. I know they're gonna try to push somebody that's on this card coming up if she wins. I'm not so sure about that, but I think is that fight on this card?
Which one?
Is it Silva that they're trying to?
Yeah, so that's Rose versus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they're and I see the same thing happening on Twitter and online too. That she's the next hot thing that's going to beat Shevchenko. And I'm just telling you, Shevchenko's just on a different level than every other woman in this division, and is going to be until she retires.
Seems that way. Women's bantamweight, Nunes. Wes gets Harrison correct, thankfully. And if only Bradley was correct with his folded division. More on that later. Anything to say here, Wes?
No, I mean, like, we all knew Harrison was going to be the champ if Nunez wasn't there. And like I said, they're trying to bring Nunez back because that's like all they have here, like literally all they have to try to compete with Harrison. And I lean Harrison in that fight. Now, like I'm one of the biggest Nunez fans as far as a better yo. I was on the train from the beginning. We were in Nashville when that Nunez run actually started, and she was a plus 250 dog to whoever. I can't even fucking remember who it is now. That woman's made me a lot of money over the years, and I just once you retire and I think she comes back looking like the first fucking Julia Pena fight that she does, looking like the second one, honestly. So I think Harrison, maybe is the division going to be around? Like, what's Harrison going to do? Move up? Like, how many more of these weight cuts can she make? Because she literally looks like fucking death when she does it. So I'm going to say Harrison because you got to pick somebody, I guess. Or I guess you can go with fold the division.
Yeah, more on that later.
We're not making predictions.
No. We'll rip through recaps quick, and then
I'm putting my predictions out, bro.
Oh, the shit. We'll rip through.
We can run through them. Yeah, just run through them. Yeah.
Sadly,
I pulled a Lance. Matter pulling Lances.
I remember Lance being chaos. When it came to these shows, flyweight division. Sadly, we were not correct with Pantoja. Really shitty ending to a great year for Pantoja, but what can you do? Wes, you got anything on Van? I mean, yeah, Van had an incredible year.
I think we all thought Van was the heir apparent to this division. We all really liked him. I still think Pantoja is the best guy in this division, but we'll talk about that.
Flyweight's good, man. There's a lot of good fights at the top. You got Tyra, you got Cop, you got Pantoja, you got Van.
We talk about it when we're betting it. We talk about the same thing, that they're all so close. They're all so good. I think on any night that any 4 or 5 of those guys that you just named could win a fight on. I mean, we watched Pantoja go life and death with Steve Ursag one night. Like it can happen in these lower divisions. It's great. Like it is truly like, as far as talent and skill goes, it doesn't get better below 155.
You betcha. Bantamweight got shout out again. I had Umar, Wes had Marab, and Brad took O'Malley. Yeah, what a performance by Peter Yan. We raved about it the week after. Took away a fighter of the year from Davalishvili and had the performance of his life. Has a lot of good matchups. Couple interesting matchups for him if they do or even don't go for the automatic rematch. What do you got, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, Marab tried to do like some otherworldly shit. Like he tried to defend his belt that many times in a year. You talked about it, was on it pretty early that these guys are starting to fight way too much. And I don't want to take a lot away from Jan's performance in that, because it was like truly one of the special performances that I've ever seen. Like, it was truly special. But man, Merab just fought way too much this past year. So yeah, we'll talk about if that fight happens again sometime this year.
Yes, sir. Lightweight, mac and cheese across the board. Brad went with Do Bronx, if only. And of course, we went over 3 because Makachev dropped the belt to go up, and Topuria won it from Do Bronx.
You went over flyweight, or you went over featherweight to lightweight.
Oh shit! Yeah, I meant featherweight.
Talk about the guy that
another one. Oh, for fucking 3 again.
Yeah.
Topuria drops the belt, and Volk wins it.
Sneaks back in there and gets it.
Yeah. So 2025 was a wild year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all those things within those divisions right there completely just fuck shit all
back-to-back divisions. Champs
3 of
drop
them
and go up.
Yeah.
And then you had, just
one winning at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? 2 like, yeah, it was really hard to pick end of year titleists this past year.
Yeah, we'll see how wild we think it'll be in 2026. Obviously, I said lightweight went 0 for 3. Topuria's a champ, and we're having a interim title on the first fight in Paramount. I'll be interested in your thoughts on what you think's ahead for old Topuria, because there's not too much clarity right now. UFC don't really want to say anything. He's kind of hops all over the place and not that far away, and then Patty thinks he has say in anything and says that he's gonna wait for him. Interesting times. Wes?
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is Patty probably does have a tiny bit of say, because I mean, he does have a little bit of online popularity, and what is fucked up is the UFC that matters to them now. Like, it came out, who was posting that fucking thread of Mick Maynard, the thread of him going back and forth with a dude's manager, and they're just talking about, like, how many followers does this guy got? Is he on? Like, they truly look at this shit now, and Patty is popular, man. He's popular with the barstool fucking crowd and shit. So it's
going to
be
behind him too.
Yeah. Look, he beats like we'll talk about the fight, but if he shows out against Gaethje and shit, like, I mean, then he'll have a little bit more behind him. But yeah, that's just going to be a weird year in this division with everything surrounding Topuria.
Yes, sir. Welterweight, 0 for 3 again. We went with Rock, the Shave Cat.
Did a man fight? I don't even think he
did not
fought.
fight. He did not fight. Yeah, and then Mac and Cheese snuck in there and was able to lay on a dude for a while, and he couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, weird times.
We'll see that again.
We still don't. Man, I was looking through trying to pick who I think is going to be the champ, and even just some breakout fighters. There's not many, especially at the top of a lot of divisions. There's not many matchups that have been made in a bunch of these divisions, and that kind of sucks because you don't really know what they're looking at. Rachmanov doesn't have a fight booked.
Yep.
I don't even know. I think he came out and said he's going to be fairly healthy, but he's obviously not. Doesn't look like he's going to be on any of the first quarter, numbered events. So we're waiting till April, May for this dude. Sucks, man. This guy's a good fighter, and just injuries suck. And he unfortunately is a bit of a band-aid right now. Wes?
Yeah, it's not a good thing when, like, we picked him to have the title for a reason. Like, the guy is very, very good, but yeah, I don't know, man. Just welterweight seems like it's more interesting now, though. At least like there are some guys up there. You are right though. Like where are the matchups? We need to start seeing what these matchups are going to be. But like I can't remember it. It's been a long time since welterweight was this interesting. And yeah, there's a I don't know. There's a lot of matchups to be made. Can we start getting some of them?
Let's start making them and looking forward to them, and hopefully they don't fall apart.
Can we get the guy who we all thought was probably the most talented dude back? Where like, can we get some kind of clarity? This dude literally hasn't fought in a year, and there's no nothing in sight. So yeah,
very sad. 2025 was finally the year that Chimaev finally got his hands on a belt. Sure, if you said that during COVID, you would have thought we were fucking crazy because it took him much, much longer than it definitely should have. But weird shit going on in his fights and his life. But
his
yeah.
life.
You and I picked him to be the champ. Brad had the guy he defeated. Not much more to say. Chimaev isn't booked, right? Like what are we doing at 85, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us was pretty much like it was when is the guy gonna fight for the belt, and he'll have the belt. Now watching him get the belt was like, holy shit, man. Like
I had money on him. Good if he had money on him.
I love that part. But man,
pain
like
to watch, and then a pain to listen to all the people try to defend after.
What? Oh man, even this week, they're still going this week. Did you see DDP's coach this week? Like, if we knew that was the game plan like that, like we would have. I wouldn't have trained him this way. Shut up. Shut up. There's nothing you could have trained to stop that guy from literally just bullying your dude. Like, just shut up. Stop it. DDP, even this week, same interview, was like, I mean, I didn't know a guy didn't want to come and fight. I wouldn't have trained for a guy to do. What are you talking about? You literally got fucking taken down repeatedly and couldn't do shit about it.
Just
shut the fuck
there.
up.
Yeah.
Now on the other end, that was fucking horrible. And the bad thing is like there isn't a guy in sight that can stop that. There ain't look down that division. There is not a dude in sight that can.
I'd be interested in him versus Fluffy. I think it gets interesting if he's not able to get Fluffy out of there early with Fluffy's cardio.
I just think with Chimaev, that was his title shot, and against a guy that had no chance underneath him for him to like do that. I think if a guy pushes Chimaev, we've seen when he like knows there's a dude across from him. Yeah, but I agree with that. That is the only guy. I just don't think it matters, man. That dude's grappling is just otherworldly, and we might be seeing a lot more like middleweight, man. We talked about welterweight changing, middleweight. You got another guy up top of it that's just like, man, there's no what Izzy's and Prime Pereira's cutting down, like fighting in this division. It's you're hoping for a Fluffy title run. You know what I'm saying? Like you're hoping for a dude that output like that and put on fun fights, but that's a tough fight.
Yes, sir. And to finish off light heavyweight, me and you had Pereira. Bradley had Blachowicz. Pereira got it back. I mean, I guess at the start of the year, he was the champ, right? And then lost to Hank, and then won it back in amazing fashion, which was beautiful to see. And now I think Hank will never see a title shot ever again because they don't fucking like him.
Yeah, and what's so bad is like, look, I bet Pereira in that fight. I of course wanted Pereira to not let that dude walk around with the belt anymore. But like they forced him into a fight injured, just like they forced Pereira into a fight injured. And like these dummies keep doing this, and Hank ain't never gonna see a title shot again. Goes out there and fights with a busted up rib. Like you took the fight, like there's no excuses, but like he should have probably never walked in there. They forced these guys to fight like that, and look what it cost you, bro. But yeah, Pereira having that belt is a whole lot better. I don't know if he has the light heavyweight belt at the end of the year, so that might be interesting. Something to talk about.
Heavyweight, I had Aspinall. You and Brad had Jones. I guess it was looking like it was going to be you until Jones said, fuck it. And now he wants back. Aspinall got poked in the eye, and who knows if his eyes will ever be the same. That's amazing stuff at heavyweight. This is what the UFC gets when they don't pay up for Francis Ngannou, and he puts a curse on them because since he left, heavyweight has been fucking a shit show. Wes?
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. And then you take a situation like one of your most talented heavyweights in a while gets obliterated to his eyes, and even your own company is like innuendo questioning like if it's for real or not. Now he's like got to get double surgery and might never be able to fight again. And it's like, these dudes ain't Bisbee no more, dog. They're not going to lose an eye for you motherfuckers. It's like, yeah, you go to the money thing, and even like, I get they pay for some of the medical shit. There's other stuff where they fight you on the medical shit now. They don't pay you if you're out of training and shit. So like, how far does that go if this guy needs like lifetime worth of fucking shit on his eyes? But yeah, heavyweight is, I mean, we're back looking at the Volkovs and the Gel Man and shit, and Pavlich is right back in this mix and shit because your best dude is fucking blinded. Bones is fucking 40 and like trying to, I mean, maybe Gable does come in and like wins this shit. You know what I'm saying? Man. Like, end of the year is Gable Stevenson, the heavyweight. I mean, we'll see, but heavyweight is an absolute shit show, man.
That it is. We will rip through our breakout fighters. We don't take the ladies. Flyweight division, I had Ramazan Tamirov. I went 1-0, beat Johnson. Obviously, you were the winner here. Joshua Van became the champion.
He was like fringe top 10 though, so I was.
I mean, he still won 5 fights last year, didn't he? So like,
yeah, he was outside the top. He was outside the top 10 last year, I believe.
Yeah, and Brad still had a decent pick in Estevam. He went 2-0. Bantamweight, I had Rinya Nakamura. He had a bad loss and then kind of rebounded in his next fight. You had Peyton Talbot, who you cashed as his only loss. You absolutely fucking cashed.
Yep.
And then he won 2 other fights, including beating Cejudo recently,
and looked very good. Looked very good doing
it. So nice one there as well. Brad had a good pick too. Loke Dog 2-0, beat Saeed, beat Kyler Phillips. That was a tough matchup. That was good. Featherweight, I went with Patricio. Ended up having a tough matchup in his debut against Yair, but rebounded in a fun fight with Dan Ige. Then they were going to feed him to a young gun that probably would have put him out, but he was able to. That guy missed weight and it was over, so saved him a bit. But you're obviously the winner again here. You know how to pick some breakouts. I know some people get on you about picking guys that are ranked. Hey, if they do the shit that your fighters do,
they go
they can
from
be
top
ranked.
10,
I know, to champ or contender or whatever. It's legit. I mean, I've picked a bunch this year that they are ranked, but so it is what it is. Yusuf Zalal 2-0, beat Cater and Emmett. Brad Duo Choi didn't even fight. Featherweight, I had Patty Pimblett. Did Patty Pimblett fight at featherweight? Or did I just fuck that up? Oh, no, sorry. We just did featherweight. Yeah. Lightweight. For some reason, I picked Patty Pimblett. I thought he was, of course, the UFC was going to run him. And then, of course, I put I put a max bet on fucking Chandler against him. And, yeah, that was smart. You had Jean Silva, who was looking very good until a rough ending to that Lopez fight, but he was right there. Wes had Aliev, who had an okay year for kind of a lower level guy. Welterweight, I took Hoofy, who got smoked by BSD. Good. Yeah, I mean, looked good against Green, but then got smoked by BSD, and I have a lot of questions about his future. You had Carlos Praches, which is a very good one. Beat Jeff Neal, nasty spinning. I think that was an elbow. I lost three bets in a row on consecutive cards to spinning shit, and that was one of them. Brad had Gabriel Bonfim, who, you know, he's boring as shit, but he wins. He went 3-0. Chaos, Thompson and Brown, fucking terrible.
3-0.
No, he did not.
He went
technically he did. What do I got? Light or middleweight? Marco Tulio. I guess that was okay. Right. Bo Nickel. That was
bad. That was bad.
It looked good, and then it was bad.
That was bad.
Had the boring stand-up fight with the Bear Jew, and then, or sorry, no, that was the year before. He actually beat Vieira, but obviously got smoked by De Ritter.
Me picking him, that was one of those picks to where he needed to like leap up into like the top 5 type shit, and he's still kind of where he is.
Yep. I took De Ritter, which that was looking very good, and then he fought too many times, and I don't know what he had in that Brendan Allen fight, but he that was one of his worst performances considering what he did outside those in the other 3 fights. So Brad, that was a decent one, but I didn't pick any after this because light heavyweight and heavyweight is dumpster fire. You took Ottoman and the Zaytar brother, who I think he might be in jail. I don't know.
I don't even know what happened, dude, bro.
And then in the heavyweight division, you took Mick Parkin, who, like, there was some push behind him, and then we bet Tibera, and that
Brad
was good. Bad took the
Rug.
motherfucking Rug, who ended up being the one heavyweight champ after winning an absolute. Did you watch that fight? It was fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
That's amazing. So that was last year.
That's great.
It's good. Quite funny. So we will we'll start off predicting. We'll do both the champ and the breakout back to back for each division.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't have no breakouts for women's, and then.
Well, yeah, we don't do that. So
we ain't doing that shit.
What do you got for the strawweight women's champion at the end of 2026?
Yeah, Zhang. I guess if it's still around, it's going to be Zhang. I know she'll get the Dern fight, I guess, and who knows after that, but I can't predict that far into the future with these. She might fight once. Who knows? She might move up again. Hell, she might jump 2 weight classes. Who fucking knows? But I'm going Zhang.
Yeah, right there with you. I think, like you said, she might only fight once, and it'll be against Dern, and that might be it. Or she fights, somebody after that and beats them. This strawweight's in rough shape. Women's flyweight, Wes, you going with the easy pick, of course?
Yeah, I mean, till she retires. I mean, why not just be right?
Yeah, right there with you. I think, like you talked about, if De Silva beats Rose this weekend, she probably gets a title shot, and I'll take Shevchenko.
We're going to get a decent line on Shevchenko again, and we're going to make more money.
Yes, sir. So I'm right there with you. What do you got for women's bantamweight, Wes?
I do think it's Harrison if it's still functioning, I guess. But I do think she probably beats Nunez. So, like, that fight's going to be pushed back. Just had neck surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, can you do even – they said that they're just going to rebook that. They're not going to do an interim fight.
There's nothing else to do.
There's literally nothing to do. So I think that's going to be the one fight for the belt this year. And it's going to be, probably 6-7 months from now, and Harrison will win. And I'm not even sure if she fights again this year. So Harrison for me.
So this is one of my like bold predictions. I don't know if we'll even do this, but I think Harrison fights Nunes, in whatever 3-4 months, 5 months. I don't know who wins. I don't think it matters. I think both of them retire, whether they win or lose. And then Shevchenko fights for the bantamweight fight or belt against I don't know who the fuck at the end of the year, and then she's double champ. So my prediction is Shevchenko. I almost went with no champ because I do think that's what I'm going with. Harrison.
You think Harrison's retiring after
I think
one
this
more
is
fight?
the one more weight cut, Wes. It's one more weight cut, and then it's
I
over.
think it's more likely she moves up after this than retires.
To what? To what?
I don't know.
There's no division. There's no.
I think
division.
she still wants to fight though. So like,
I don't think so. There's been people that have been around her on fight weeks, and her parents are just saying,
oh, I know.
This is
it's
only one more weight cut. So that's what I'm going with.
There is another fight. There's actually a couple more fights out there. They just have to sign them though. I don't know if they sign them or not. There's always a Cyborg fight, and there's also the chick from Pacheco that got released and shit. So I mean, there is another fight out there for Harrison if she wants it.
I don't think
I get it. She could retire. Like you could be right. You might hit this perfectly on the head, but I'm not sure that she wants to retire. Even these deathly weight cuts to her. It's one of those situations to where. Does she have the people around her that talk her into that? Maybe she does. Maybe.
We shall see. Flyweight, what do you got, Wes, for a champ?
Where are we at?
Flyweight.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I think it's a tough one, actually.
It actually is because one, you gotta there's so many moving parts here. When does Pantoja come back? Does he get the fight? Are they going to make a fight with Van and somebody else before then who wins that fight? I'm still going to go with Pantoja because I think he is going to get a title fight before this year's over with. And I think he can still beat these dudes. I think he's still better than Van. So if he does win that belt, does he fight again this year? Maybe. I just like him against all of these dudes still. Now, the next year or two, I don't know. He's starting to get old. And Van's coming. Tyara's coming. Cop's good. Raw Dog's a problem. Like, he can win on a given night. So, it is a lot of moving parts there, man. And I'm not totally sure about Pantoja, but that's my dude. And I still like him right now to beat these guys if he gets a title shot this year.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't think they're going to wait for Pantoja. Flyweight's like a division that
I think there'll be a fight. I think there'll be a fight before he comes back. There'll be a title fight. Does he get the immediate shot to whoever has the belt? I think he does. Personally,
I think he does. I think I'm going with Cap. I think they make the Cap Van fight. I know. Obviously, they could make the Tyra fight. I do think they make a fight before Pantoja's ready. I'm going to take Cop against Van, and then I think I'll take Cop against Pantoja. Sadly, I think the age and
Cop
damage.
has the power to. The guy that gets hit, if there's one dude in the division that has the power to like really get the stopping power on him, it is Cop for sure.
Sir. All right, Wes, you got a breakout for flyweight?
Yeah, I was just gonna go the Tamirov dude. I believe you had him last year. He did go 2-0 this past year against some decent guys. He beat CJ Viagra, he beat Charles Johnson. The problem is actually, he only had one fight last year. The Viagra fight was the end of 2024. He only fought Charles Johnson in March, hasn't fought since, and has nothing lined up. That's a little worrisome, but like you was just talking about there's barely any like matchups for a lot of these dudes right now. I know it's still early in the year, but if that guy can get some fights, like he looked like the goods against Johnson and Varga and stuff that we've seen of him. So yeah, just got to get some fights, but that'd be my breakout dude this year.
I'm going with Joseph Morales. I think he can get into the top 10.
Pick.
I think he can get into the top 10.
Well, that dude could be a title challenger.
Yeah,
that he is very, very good, man.
Obviously had a tough run in his initial UFC stint. He had to fight
different cat now. Yeah, different cat.
And lost a close decision against Eric Shelton. But yeah, he's completely different. Did well in the Ultimate Fighter. Came in, got 2 finishes in 3 months in 2025. Yeah, I think this is a guy that finishes fights, which they like to see, especially at the lower weight class. So I think he's going to get boosted here. So I think he can push his way into top 10. Bantamweight, who you got for a champ, Wes?
Who do I have here? That's another
tough one.
It's tough just because of timing.
We don't know the direction.
Yeah, just because of timing. Because I think there's only like 3 dudes up here that could have this belt, I think, but it's all about timing. I'm going to go back to Merab. He's eventually going to get a shot back at Jan, or I would say the Umar rematch. I think it's going to be one of those dudes personally. And I still like Jan or Merab in both of those matchups. Like, I think the Jan fight, like I talked about earlier, I don't want to take anything away from his performance, but Merab was running on nothing in that fight, man. You could see it from the first couple rounds in. He just fought way too much last year, and I think that really caught up with him. I think a second time around with this time off and shit, that's a completely different fight. And I still like him over Umar. I just think his game is Umar's game, just better right now at this point. And the years ahead when Merab is about done, I like Umar in this division, just still not right now. So for me, I'm going back to Merab at the end of the year.
So I do think they're going to go with the rematch. I don't think you need to, but Merab's obviously been a champ for a while, and he fights a million times, so he's should be in good graces with the UFC. So I do think they probably give the rematch to him. I'm going to take Jan in that rematch. I think he figured him out. I think Jan, when he's on, can do very, very good things. We'll see if the time off and the rest. I'm sure Merab will be better, but I still like Jan. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if O'Malley goes out there and beats Song Yadong, especially if he does it very impressively, and we get a Jan win in the early second quarter or some shit like that. They could do the O'Malley Jan rematch. I don't think they would pass that up if they were given the opportunity. The rematch, O'Malley's got a bit of a following, more than any regular Joe Schmo. He's American, so I could honestly see that happening. I almost put Umar, but I honestly, if those two things happen, if Jan beats Merab and O'Malley beats Yadong, I think they match them up, and I don't think Umar gets a chance. I think Umar probably rematches Merab or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's an interesting one. There's a lot of moving parts in bantamweight. Wes, what do you got for a breakout?
I'm going to go back to some else's pick again, and I like Loke Dog to break out this year. He's sitting around 19th, 20th in the rankings, and man, we've seen this guy, what he does. I think he's the goods, and he's got a fight lined up against Mario Batista, and if he beats Mario Batista, he's rocking it up towards the top 10, and then who knows the rest of the year. So Loke Dog.
Yeah, good pick. Love watching that guy. He's fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a bit of a classic West pick. I'm going to go with David Martinez, gets into the top 5.
That was my other guy. Yeah. I like him.
He's very good.
Yep.
Very impressive. His win last time out. I think he can get inside or very close to the top 5. And yeah, he's good. Not much more you can say. Featherweight, you going with the tried and true or something different, Wes?
I mean, who beats Volk? Like, are they gonna give Eloev a shot ever? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. He's gonna cruise his next one, I think. Like, is the next one where Volk completely hits a wall? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really haven't seen that lately. Like, he got nuked by the dude that nukes literally anybody and everybody. Outside of that, nobody's close to Volk, and Lopez wasn't even in his fucking close to his class in the first fight. I don't think that changes. And then, like, he probably gets a second fight in the second half of the year, and I just don't think they're going to give it to the dude that's a tough out for him in Eloev. So I don't know who he fights in the second half of 2026, but besides Eloev, I don't see much else there. So I think Volk is going to have the belt at the end of the year.
I think if Volk loses, I think he retires. I think there's a decent chance he might retire if he wins.
Maybe.
If he doesn't retire, I think the Murphy fight is going to be next, because I think the UFC does not. They've kind of leaked it out. They're not looking for people that just lay on people. So I think if it's Murphy or Evloev, they're going to be going with Murphy. So I honestly think either Volkanovski hangs it up and Murphy gets the belt, fighting whoever, or I think Murphy's got a somewhat decent chance against another another fight against Lopez in him, and some more time. He is getting old, so I'm going with Murphy, Lerone Murphy.
Okay.
Yeah, a little off the board. I'm trying to, weird stuff's gonna happen, so that's what I'm trying to go with. Wes, who do you got for a breakout?
Yeah, there was a couple guys. The Vallejos dude, I think, is decent, but I'm not sold on her. I'm gonna go with the guy who I wasn't completely sold on coming off tough, but man, the kid is beating some guys now. Got to make weight. I'm gonna go with Marin Santos. I think that guys that come off a tough, if they win, they get fights. And he fought, I believe it was 2 or 3 times last year. Yeah, he got 3 fights last year, so he's gonna get opportunities. I mean, they already gave him Youssef a couple back. Beat Name off, knocked him out his last one. So I think he's going to get fights this year, and I think he's going to get some decent names. And I think Santos has a good year. I think the kid is better than what I thought he was.
Good pick. I'm going to take the easy one. I think Vallejos or Vallejos gets close to a top 5. Was impressed with him.
He's like a little person though, man. I just don't know in that division.
He is a little person, but
he's a tank though. He's a tank.
He can smash some dudes. I mean, Giga was having an alright first round, and then he fucking knocked the fuck out of him with another spinning back fist and elbows. So he's got to fight against Josh Emmett. So obviously they're interested in him. That's gonna be a fucking ridiculous fight. And once you beat Josh Emmett, you're getting some decently named guys. So I think he can push up there pretty quick. So that's who I like there. Who do you got at what are we at? Lightweight, Wes?
Yeah, this is a weird one too.
Another weird one.
Because of like we just don't know what's going on with fucking Illa, man. So look, with all the things going around with him, I'm gonna go with a dude that I think even if they fought has one about the best chance to beating the guy right now. And I'm going with Arman. Like they're eventually gonna give him his chance at some point this year. Armin's smart. He's out there doing the fucking dude bro podcast circuit. And that's exactly what the UFC wants to see. And that is going to work in his favor to get back in their good graces. He's going to get a shot eventually. And I truly think he's the one dude that has a shot at straight up beating Topuria right now at this point. And if Topuria just doesn't even fight, like Armin's going to fight somebody for that belt sometime this year. So I like Armin.
That's a fair pick. I just don't think they fight. That is the problem. I think Topuria is only going to fight once this year, and he's going to knock the shit out of Patty or Gaethje. And then that's going to be it. They really have a hate on for Armin.
They won't strip him though.
I think he's big enough that they're not going to strip him. Like I think he's going to fight once and then
but like it's not that. See, at this point though, they'll do an interim bullshit and strip a guy just because that just holds the weight for their show, for their pay-per-view or whatever. I'm not convinced that they give a shit about who you are anymore. Even when like Topuria is as big as it gets now in this sport, really, his following over in Europe and Spain and shit. But I don't know. These motherfuckers do whatever they want now.
Yeah, I don't know. UFC's always like to make interim belts. That's what they do. I don't think that's changing. That's why there's the fight on Saturday.
Well, we could both be right.
Yep.
We could both be right at the end of this one.
Yeah, you might be getting an interim, so you don't get the full point. You only get the half point. What do you got for a breakout at lightweight, Wes?
Who did I go with? Yeah, this one was kind of tough. There's a lot of Asian guys, man, like right around the top 10 and right outside the top 10. I mean, Joel Alvarez is right outside the top 10 there. That's kind of younger.
He's just got to fight, man.
That guy, and then the Manuel Torres dude from Mexico was like a killer. Zim, like that guy's on a crazy run, top 20. I thought about Zim, but I'm gonna try to go out there and pick one that I'd never pick an Aussie, but the Quillen guy is like he's deaded some dudes, and man, like that kind of power at this division. I'm going to go with him over Zion. I was going to say Zion because that dude's just on a crazy run. I could see him moving up towards the top 10, but I'm going to go with the Quillen Sal Kid. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it never hurts being from the Oceanic region because
you're going to get on some cards.
And the people are there to see you smoke a dude, and that's what he does. So I think he could get some interesting matchups. So that was kind of the other one that I was looking at. I did go with Ziam. I think he can get into the top 10.
Yep.
I think they're gonna finally, force some of these older dudes to fight some of these younger dudes and kind of move this division along. So yeah, where Ziam should get, a Dariush or a Moicano. I think Moicano they might be matched up, but I think he's going to get one of those guys, maybe a Fiziev or something like that, and he'll be right there in the top 10. He's a lot better than I ever thought he was going to be. Welterweight, you got mac and cheese or you got something else, Wes?
Who did I go with? Yeah, I'm going Islam. We don't even know what the matchups are going to be. I know there's some matchups here to work. Like, I'm still not convinced that Morales is the right matchup to beat Islam. I'm still not sure he's going to be able to stop that takedown. Like he's going to need to stop that takedown. We watched like Brady kind of give away his shot at this. And then like, there's no way they give Usman a shot. If they do talk it into Usman getting a shot here, then Islam might just keep this belt the rest of the year. Cause is he gonna is he going to fight another dude, I guess, at the end of the year? So I don't know, man. Like, is Shave Cat even going to fight? I'm just going to take the safe pick and say Islam. Like, it's kind of hard until we see the matchups. Like we said with these other divisions, man, there's so many moving pieces, and they're not announcing these matchups at the top of these divisions. So I'm just going to say Islam.
I'm praying for the Band-Aid to get 2 fights in. I think Rachmanov, Shave Cat gets one fight back in
He's
there,
the best dude.
and then fights at the end of the year. And I'm hoping he can snatch the title at the end of the year, but we shall see. That's a tough one. I think Mac and Cheese is probably the smart pick, but I picked him last year. I'm sticking with it. Shave Cat it is.
Like, that's the guy to beat him if he fights him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to get some news out on him, man. Like, that's kind of wild.
What do you got for a breakout at welterweight, Wes?
Who was it? Welterweight?
Yep.
I'm gonna go. There was a couple dudes let me see. Who did I have here? Hold on, I think I got my shit mixed up here.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with let me find them. We are welterweight, right? What the fuck did I have? Oh, I'm gonna say the Jacoby Smith kid. He's like way down the rankings right now. Fights at Fortis. He is 30 years old. That's one thing, but I mean, he smoked Nico, smoked Preston Parsons, smoked a dude on his Contender Series fight. I hopefully they rush him a little bit. He is 30, but kid's an athletic killer. So yeah, I'm gonna say Jacoby Smith. He's gonna definitely raise up out of the like top 30 where he's sitting now.
Yeah, and he's already got a fight matched
bad
up
division
at the start of the year, and you know he should do some damage against Sakyu.
Yeah. Another dude he can shut out on.
So I mean, then at that point you probably gotta push him a bit. I'm going with the Bellator dude. I'm going.
Yeah, I looked at him. Yeah,
Amosov. I mean, he's smoked Magny.
Yep. They want to push him. You can tell that already. Yep. Like he's a bigger signing.
Yep. So I think he can get some decent wins. Middleweight division. Wes, is it the Chimaev? Is he going to be still? Or is he moving up? Or is it anything fun going to happen?
Nah, just Chimaev. I mean, like you already mentioned, like Fluffy is, I guess, the best option to try to beat him. But like they think Imavov is going to beat fucking like, come on, dude. Like, I guess hopefully we get the Fluffy fight, but I'm gonna say come shot.
That's fair. I went the same way. You know, they matched Fluffy up with Sean Strickland. That's a tough matchup. Strickland's shown fairly good takedown defense, so I mean it's gonna really test Hernandez. We don't even know if they're gonna do the fucking Imavov fight. Like they haven't really said they really want to fight each other, so it's another division that doesn't really have a straightforward path at this point.
It's not like Chimaev has been real consistent getting in there over the past few years either.
Yeah,
so.
And he talks about, I want to go up and fight at 205 against Pereira and all this shit. So I don't know. I'll just go with Chimaev. Probably fights twice, which it would be fun if he was out there more often, but I don't think we'll be that lucky. Who you got for a breakout at middleweight, Wes?
I was looking at a couple different dudes here, but who did I end up? I think it was the guy that's on this card, right? That's a 185er. See, man, I got my shit all backwards here now. These dudes all run together anymore.
You talking about Atiba Gauthier?
Yeah, that's probably who I'm looking at as breakout. I thought he was ranked a little higher than that, though. Where the hell is he ranked?
He's like on tap.
Oh, yeah, he's like 51. He's like in top 50 or something. So, Yeah, this dude is like dead and guys. The UFC loves this dude. He's already on. This is like their kickoff card on fucking Paramount Plus. He's on here for a reason. They gave him another fucking long neck Russian that he's gonna go out there and decapitate. And that guy's gonna get some push after this. So yeah, he's my breakout. I looked at another dude too, but you might be actually picking him.
I'm sure I did. Yeah, Gaethje. Obviously, he's disposing of these garbage men, and it's quite fun to watch. So I hope he keeps doing it. Maybe at some point he'll get a step up, and I think whatever happens, he's gonna have a good year. I just maybe they slow play him a bit because he is young in the fight game.
He's gonna jump up at least 25 spots this year.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah.
Like he's gonna
go 3-0. It's you have to. I went with Abdul Malik.
That's the other guy.
They're
two killers, though, man. They're legitimate. I think those are two legitimate guys in this division, young dudes.
Yep. I think Abdul Malik's probably going to get a bit of the harder competition. I mean, he's already kind of higher ranked at this point, so I mean that's not a crazy thing, but yeah, he seems good in a shitty division. Light heavyweight, Wes, you got Pereira or what?
Nah, this is where I'm gonna go out and just.
Oh, we're going out left field. Where are we going?
Some dumb shit here. I think Pereira is probably up at heavyweight before long. I was trying to look at if Pereira is gone and not holding that belt, who there is going to get it? And man, I hate to say it, but I think Oldberg could be champ by the end of the year. I think that guy, just all those matchups there. I mean, even if you just ain't alive, maybe I can't be picking ain't alive to be a fucking champ anymore. But Yuri and Khalil and Dominic Reyes and all of these guys up there, man, like Jamal Hill, Ozmamir, Mirzakhanov, like Oldberg's kickboxing and shit is very good, man. Dudes don't take him down. If it's not Pereira, to me, I don't think Ankalaev gets a shot at it. I think it's something like Yuri and him for a belt if Pereira's not there. And I think Oldberg can beat these guys now. Like the dude, he's very decent. And at this division, without Pereira, all you got to do is be very decent. So I'm going to go Oldberg champ end of the year.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I think
that's if Pereira's gone. If Pereira's there, fuck all these dudes. Like, he's probably dead in motherfuckers. So,
that's the thing. I do think they're going to do the Pereira Alberg matchup next. And I lean Pereira in that one. But
yeah, but after that, when Pereira gets the big fight up at heavyweight and drops that belt,
I know. I just don't like what are they going to put Pereira versus Gone? They're not going to do Jones versus Pereira. I don't think it's going to happen. So I don't know. I think he still is at light heavyweight at the end of the year. He fights twice. Maybe he does the Yuri trilogy, gets to kill Yuri one more time after he beats Alberg. I don't know who else would be there to take out, I guess, Mirzakhanov if he, beats who he's fighting next. Light heavyweights is, as we know, it's garbage. I'll go with the incumbent. Yeah, Alberg is a good pick though as well. You got anybody for a breakout at this division?
Yeah, I just went Omar C. Like that's about the best young kind of dude out there. Like he's looked better recently. I know he had a bad performance a few back, but it was the one where he just refused to even do anything. And I think he kind of after that was like, I got to go out here and like throw on these motherfuckers. And he looked really good since. So yeah, there's not much at light heavyweight, man. I
agree. I got nothing. Heavyweight, another shit show of a division. Wes, what the fuck is going to happen throughout 2026, and what's going to happen at the end of 2026 for heavyweight champ?
I think at some point they're gonna give John Jones a fight.
Against
And
who?
I think it's Pereira. I think at some point this
For
year.
a title?
Well,
For
I
the
think
real title?
it's going to be a trinket belt, but like when Aspinall
That shit
literally
don't count though, man.
when Aspinall can't see anymore, they're going to turn it into a full. It's going to be for the full belt at some point this year, and I think John Jones is going to have some form of the heavyweight title that he'll never fight again. He'll retire with that belt and never fight again. But by the end of the year, John Jones heavyweight champ.
We shall see.
Dude, it's
not
heavyweight.
convinced.
I'm trying to throw
That's
some
fair.
shit against the wall, baby.
I'm still not convinced that Jones fights ever again, but we shall see.
I'm not convinced he fights ever again. I don't know if Aspinall fights this year. I really don't think he's going to fight this year. And if Pereira stays at light heavyweight, man, you're looking at something around a jail man Volkov or a jail man Pavlich like interim title fight is what's going to happen this year. If Waldo Acosta beats Black Beast this weekend, like there's going to be some weird shit that can be happening in the heavyweight division this year.
I'm going with Aspinall. Maybe he doesn't fight. Maybe he does. I still think he is going to be the full champ and they won't strip him.
If he doesn't fight all year, they won't strip him at all.
They won't strip him. He's beat everyone in the
I get it. He's the best he's the best heavyweight in the world, but to not fight for like over a year is I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If he gets back in there against Gon, I still think he is the better fighter. I know people made up their minds after 3 minutes of Gon being the dirtiest motherfucker.
Yep. He was catching eye pokes from like a couple minutes into the fight. And they're like, Gon looked great. We had him busted. I'm like, yeah, because he fucking poked him in the eye like 3 times.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Love it. You got anybody to break out in the heavyweight division, Wes?
Yeah, actually, I think if he wins this weekend, like they're gonna push the shit out of Hogan. They love a good fucking They love a good redneck racist in this sport, and that guy's gonna get pushed like a motherfucker.
They can have them. All right, that'll do it. I know it's bad, man. I wrote down some stupid things that I think are going to happen. Dana somehow gives less of a fuck than he did in 2025, which is hard to imagine.
I don't know if he can.
Yep, it's good.
He's in the boxing now. Like we saw how his like fucking bald dome got hard.
Slap.
Yeah, for power slap. He's actually got these motherfuckers to bankroll his boxing endeavor now. That's what it's all going to be about. I agree with you there.
The other thing I said is I do think the White House card is going to disappoint if it actually happens. I'm not 100% sold that it actually happens. And if it does, I think the fights, like even if they're very good matchups, I think it's with how it's going to be. I think it's going to disappoint to the viewer's eyes anyway.
One, that is absolutely going to happen. I would, unless something like drastically happens, hopefully a heart attack, something like that, but that's gonna happen. But I do tend to agree with you. I don't even think I don't know how they can set that up to make it like feel like the actual event being big, because only so many people can be there, and it's got to be a certain like subsection of people that are even going to be allowed to be there. So it's just going to be a bunch of rich people sitting around watching the UFC on. Like, it's going to be weird. I think the whole atmosphere is just going to be kind of weird. But I think it's absolutely going to happen. And I think we're going to get like a few really big fights on that card. I think that's probably going to kind of suck, because I think the atmosphere
fuck up the rest of the year, and the atmosphere is going to be garbage.
Yeah, and every card from a month before and a month after is going to be fucking absolutely shit because of it.
Yeah, you're probably right, which is unfortunate. All right, UFC 324 kicking off the Paramount Plus era. Earlier start time because the pay-per-view, the numbered event, is starting at 9 Eastern now instead of 10, which I'm sure, Wes, you will probably enjoy. I mean, you're a night owl, especially on the weekends anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter to you, but most other people in the East Coast probably are thanking the fucking Lord, but
I still don't want to be watching fights until 1:30 in the morning. Like,
it's
period.
completely fair. I'm in the best time zone for sports, and there's no denying it. Fights started at 8 o'clock. Like, the pay-per-view starts at 8 o'clock, Wes. It's over by 11:30.
What are you in?
Football starts at 11 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, you're in.
And runs the whole fucking day. Mountain time zone.
Yeah, that
undefeated.
See, I like either of the two in between. Like, but West is horrible. Like, I don't know how people do that. Like, I go to Vegas, and as far as like getting up to go watch sports and shit, it's horrible. Like, I don't know how people do that.
It's too early unless you're a degenerate gambler and are in Vegas and need to start throwing money away at
for football,
9 in the morning on college football, or 10 in the morning for football.
I mean, for football, I would say like yours is best. Like 11 a.m. is like perfect to start NFL football.
Hockey, I can watch at 5 p.m. right when I get home from work and shit like that.
See, I wouldn't like that because in the summertime, like I'm trying to get there. Like, and
that's summertime. Hockey's not on during the summertime. I mean, I guess baseball, but
I don't fuck with none of that shit.
Exactly. So we're in the winter, and there's fuck all to do. So might as well hockey start at 5 p.m.
It doesn't matter to me right now.
I mean, you're a night owl, but for for most people, but
yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, so it's going to be earlier start times. Notice that for ToutMaster will be a little bit earlier. Of course, those times are always listed on the sheets. But yeah, we'll start out in the welterweight division. I don't have much here. Wes, what are the chances that you are? Ty Miller's a minus 425 favorite over Adam. Fuck it. What do you got?
Yeah, not a whole lot. It's first card of the year, first of the year. So, my couple weeks of trying to tighten shit up is going to probably start, but the line does seem long. I don't know how good this Ty Miller kid is, but fuck, it's bad. Is a 4-1 dog bad against a debuting fighter? ToutMaster might have to get started off with a dog pick.
I'll pick the favorite. I think he wins, but yeah, the number seems a bit wide, but Adam Fuggett is also not very good. So There's that. Bantamweight division. We got Cameron Smotherman as a minus 182 favorite taking on Ricky Turcios at plus 157. What do you got, Wes?
I mean, I'll continue to say it. Ricky Turcios is not good. He doesn't, even at the watered down UFC nowadays, like he just doesn't belong here. I know Smotherman has had a couple bad outings, but man, City's like not horrible, and Ricky Simone is a fucking like true vet that he went against in that fight. This is a massive step down from Ricky Simone to fucking Ricky Turcios. I like Smotherman quite a bit in this fight. I think at around minus 180 or so. I think there's some 170 something out there and shit like. That's a very good parlay piece in my opinion. I like Smotherman in this fight.
Yeah, I think Smotherman is the rightful favorite. I don't give enough shit to bet it, and like you said, I don't think Ricky Turcios is very good. Obviously, lost 3 of his last 4. So has Smotherman. So this is kind of lower level shit that I am trying to avoid, and did decently well avoiding in 2025. Still didn't matter. Still lost a bunch of money betting on the UFC. So what the fuck do I know? Heavyweight division, the aforementioned Josh Hockett, racist piece of shit. Minus 215, taking on Denzel Freeman, plus 185. What?
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I think Hogan is like decent for heavyweight, man. The guy can fucking move. He's got some power. The dude can wrestle. He was a fucking college wrestler. Um, gas tank. Like he's kind of dangerous, man, for a heavyweight. And I hate that. I don't know, man. It's still heavyweights, and you don't want to lay minus 200 on a dude that's still young in this game. But I was looking at some under 2.5s out there, and they're a little juicy, but I need to check all my books and see what kind of lines are out there on that. If that's around minus 150 or something like that, I don't know how this fight is going. 2.5 rounds, man. Hogan's gonna get on Freeman, and Freeman is like, I mean, he's beaten some bums since he got up here, dude. Does finish fights too, though. So yeah, I like the under 2.5. I need to look around at some lines. I wouldn't get in the minus 165, 170 range or something like that, but Hogan's the pick to win for me.
Sadly, I think you're right. Yeah, under 2.5 is probably a decent look. Hokit finished all 7 of his fights. Only one was a late third round finish that would have went over 2.5. And like you said, Denzel Freeman does finish some fights as well. So I'm assuming it'll be Hokit that gets it done. I'm gonna pass on this. Under 2.5 is the way I would go.
What is Hogan inside the distance? I didn't even look at that, bro.
Inside is plus 275. Oh, sorry, that's by decision. Hokit inside is like even money.
There's some slight plus money out there. Man, that's not too bad. Yeah. I need to look.
Yep.
I'll be posting my bet sheet on Twitter. I'm gonna try to do that this year, but
look out.
Most people know where to find my fades at.
Yes, sir. Lightweight division. We got Alexander Hernandez as a small favorite, minus 148. Open minus 300. Obviously, money has come storming in on the 40-plus-year-old Michael Johnson. Wes, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of scary ones. I just am on the complete opposite side of all of this money. And stick and ball sports, that would scare me a whole lot more than fighting. Nowadays, I don't know. There's so much fucking slimy shit going on in the MMA betting world that does somebody know something here? I guess they're going to have to show me, because I like Alex Hernandez a lot in this fight. Full disclosure, I played him at minus 165. He's getting down to minus 145 range now. I don't get it, man. Like, I know Johnson is like boxed up some shitty dudes here lately that none of them really touched his chin at all. Alex Hernandez is going to touch that chin, and he's looked great back up at 155. Going down, like, some dudes' power will carry when they cut that weight. His didn't. His gas tank was gone. He had no power down there. He moved back up. He moved over to Factory X, I believe, a few fights back. And it's just all coming together, man. His last 2 out, Chase Hooper was on a little bit of a streak, dusting him. Everybody knows how tough Diego Ferreira is. I saw people betting CDF in that fight. I liked Hernandez there. He dusted him. I think Hernandez looks really good back up at 155. He's getting a 40-year-old Michael Johnson now, who still hasn't been starched lately, but he's been fucking starched a lot in his fucking career. So at minus 145, I love Hernandez in this fight.
So technically, Michael Johnson is still 39 for 5 more months or whatever. Yeah. But this guy has been around for a long, long time, and it was a nice big underdog win for him against Zellhuber. Only time he fought in 2025. This guy is still there to be taken. Hernandez, like you said, 4-0 since going back to 155. 2 really good wins back to back. I think he takes out Michael Johnson. That chin is going to show up sooner or later. And even if it doesn't, I think Hernandez is just going to be the better overall, more active fighter and win a decision if he
Definitely
needs to.
landing the bigger shit. Absolutely.
Yep. Yes, sir. So that's going to be the consensus bet of the week. Minus 148 on Alex Hernandez.
Lay the juice.
Yep. Drink it up. Down to the flyweight division. We got Charles Johnson, minus 170, taking on Alex Perez at plus 145, Wes.
Yeah, I'm just going to probably go ahead and lose money on a dude again who's up 2 rounds and then just finds a way to get jump guillotined by Charles Johnson. Yeah, I like Perez in this fight, man. I like Perez in almost every fight he's in. And I'm almost counting my money until like the end of the second, third round gets there. And then he always finds a way to give it away. The dude's so talented, man. In this spot, I just think he's fighting a guy that like doesn't have that out like Abamiev did and Tiara did, who he was beating fucking Tiara in that fight. He was looking very good, man. So I think Charles Johnson's being priced here too. I'm like, he's beaten some, he's styled on Loner Kavanaugh, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now people are pricing him at like minus 170, 175 against Alex Perez. I just think that's way too far. So I like Perez here. Probably Perez by decision. I think this probably goes 3, but as long as Perez doesn't get taken down and humped on, which Johnson will grab you from time to time, but that dude always wants to stand up and fucking kickbox too. I think Perez is going to get the fight that he wants here, and I like him as a slight dog.
Yeah, I understand it. The fight is probably closer than what the odds say. I'm just tired of losing money on Alex Perez. I bet him against the Mook. If that was there for the taking as a good underdog. Him against Tyra, his body kind of fell apart there. He just finds a way to lose. He's a very skilled fighter. Unfortunately, just something happens, whether it's mental or physical. It falls apart, even when he is, doing well in fights or he's in a close fight where he's an underdog. So I'm tired of losing money on him. I'll pick Johnson to win a decision. But I cannot blame you for putting money on Alex Perez because it's always enticing. But sadly, it seems to bite us in the end. So, yeah. Up to the amazing light heavyweight division, we got the modest Bukkake as a modest favorite, minus 143. He's taken on Nikita Krylov, who's a plus 123 underdog.
Yeah, man. Krylov is looking like broken here lately. Like, man, that guy getting fucking just obliterated by the ghost of Dominic Reyes. Just a couple ugly looks his past 2 out. And the old Modest is on a decent little run here. It's not something that I'm probably going to bet, but I think the old Bukkake just continues the streak of landing something on Krylov. And it looks like Krylov's chin is just about dusted at 33, man, which is wild. That dude was usually a pretty tough, durable out, but it just doesn't look like that anymore. So yeah, I like the old Modest Bukkake, but don't want to lay the minus 140 or so in a spot of 2 big dudes they usually throw down. And if Krylov does connect, the dude still does hit hard. So don't want to lay that. And then under 1.5, that's just, I don't know, it's getting sketchy. So probably just a complete pass on her, but I'll pick the old Modest Bukkake. I just think he's got the better chin at this point in a fight where both dudes are going to be throwing bombs.
Yeah, I think it's fairly simple. Is Krylov going to get takedowns? And I don't think he will. The Bukkake was,
his
pretty good against Cute Labia. It's shown pretty good against, most of the fighters he's faced. He's not fighting amazing wrestlers, but I think he can catch Krylov like you, and I just don't. I don't like laying minus 140 on the modest Bukaki because, I guess the good Krylov could show up, take him down, and sub him.
Possibility, yeah.
I just don't want to have anything going on in this fight. The aforementioned trash man killer, we're at the middleweight division. Atiba Gauthier is a minus 800 favorite, plus 550 for the pool. Dick.
Man, yeah, there's some Guti round one out there that's like chalky.
But
the under 1.5 is minus 200, and I honestly don't think that is a horrible parlay piece. It's not something I'm gonna be touching, but I think old Goody gets him out of there in the first, man. This guy's a fucking wrecking machine. They're serving him up a long neck fucking Russian for him to decapitate out there, and I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. So Goody by destruction, probably fairly early.
Yep. Does what he does against these type of fighters. Not sure when he'll get a decent step up, but I'm cool seeing this guy murder just absolute shitty fighters. So that's cool with me. Another giant favorite, bantamweight division, Umar Nurmagomedov is a minus 1,500 favorite to Davison Figueiredo. Fucking wild to see, considering, what are we, 2 years removed from Figgy being the flyweight champ? What do you got, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, he did have to move up finally, and 38 down at these weight classes are just, it's almost a death sentence, especially when you're going up against athletes like Umar is. I got a feeling this is going to be a destruction. I think Umar knows he's got to put on a performance here to start getting in that title conversation again. And I mean, I know he pulled out the win against Montel Jackson. I don't know what Montel Jackson was smoking coming into that fight, because he completely stopped fighting in the second and third round and let Figgy completely steal that fight. But before that, when Figgy was fighting dudes of this caliber, he got smoked bad. So I think Umar's going to put on a show. I'm leaning towards a finish. I don't know if I can pull myself to play that though, because it's still lower weight classes, and Figgy's usually pretty durable. And I'm just still not sure about what kind of finisher that Umar is at this point, but I think he's going to go for it in this fight anyway.
Yeah, this is just a brutal matchup for Figgy. Since kind of moving up, he's a grappler, man. He for the most part, to win, he needs to take guys down, and he's just not going to be able to do that against Umar. Umar will be able to take him down, and on the feet, I think Umar's better and has better cardio. So I kind of understand it. It's wild to see. I do think Umar's gonna try to make a statement and get him out of there. And Figgy is getting up there in age and in fight years and all that stuff. So I think he is there for taking. So
fight doesn't go is plus money. Save yourself from either which direction, because Umar inside is around the same price. You can just get fight doesn't go.
Yep. Gotta love when those happen. Yeah. Are we on the main card? No, maybe not yet. I'm not sure. Are we doing 6 fight main cards or just 5? This is 5. This is 5. This is on the main card. We got in the featherweight division, the barking dog, Jean Silva, minus 250 favorite over Arnold Allen. Wes, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, just off top, the line seems a little wide to me. I do find myself leaning to Silva, even after watching, that performance last time out, when I know the guy's a madman and stuff, but you can't tell me that in his fights previous to that guy's like a controlled reckless. Like he always seems like he knows what he wants to do. And that Lopez fight, he just did dumb shit. Like straight up was just doing dumb shit and got caught. If that guy just doesn't, show up and do dumb shit again, I favor him in this spot. But like I said, seeing Arnold Allen at a price like plus 240 does seem a little bit wide. Now, I don't think Allen is performed when he's got to this level of guy either, though. Like when he got these sort of step ups, he's kind of shit the bed too. I mean, he did against Max, he did against Eloev. I know they were close.
That's close fights against Evloev. The Max one, I mean, anybody very, very good is probably going to lose to Max Holloway.
Yeah. But like, I think that's the type of fighter he's fighting in this fight. I still think John Silva is very, very fucking good. I just think he had a bad night. I think he was starting to feel himself too. I think that whole camp was starting to feel themselves. And over the past year, they kind of got their shit put back in place. So it is closer than the line, though. I can't bet Arnold Allen because I like Silva, but like that's a little wide for me to even parlay John Silva in something when I know Allen's going to be in the fight and it's probably going to go to a decision unless Silva pulls off something crazy. So it's just something I'm just going to stay away from.
John Silva opened as a minus 150 favorite, and it's now minus 250. I was on Silva against Lopez. Man, he fought like a moron. I think he wins that fight if he doesn't fight like a moron. And even still, he was still hitting and punishing Lopez. He just got caught. I just think this number is a bit wide. It's really just the number to me. If he goes out there and styles on Allen, fair enough. I just don't think Allen's one of those guys that's going to crumble to the kind of shenanigans that John Silva pulls. I think it's going to be a close-ish fight. Arnold Allen, he did decent against Evloev. Most people get kind of ran over by Evloev. So I think he'll have the grappling if he needs it. And in the striking, I don't think John Silva is Max Holloway. I think this is going to be more of a slower fight. And that's kind of more Arnold Allen style. And he'll use his technique to make this a closer fight. John Silva probably gets the win, but I think I'm going to have to put a small play on Arnold Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Women's flyweight. We could be seeing the next champion, contender, whatever they want to hype her to be. Natalia Silva. She's a big one. Minus 350. Taking on Rose Namajunas at plus 285. Wes?
285. I mean, there's some stuff up over 300 out there now.
Yes, there is.
Look, I mean, I think Silva is good for, comparatively to the division. But this is wild. Like, you're giving me Rose at over 3-1, and this is going to be a close 15-minute fight. The person that I think has the more finishability in this fight is Rose. So you're giving me over 3-1 on that. And if she doesn't finish, this gets to the cards in a 15-minute fight that's going to be very close. I'd much rather be holding a Rose ticket. For some reason, judges like Rose too. When she's close in fights, she gets some of these. So, I'll be betting Rose at, man, there's some plus 350 out there in some spots. That seems just wildly fucking crazy to me.
That number seems dumb to me as well. I've not been a big believer in Natalia Silva. It's cost me some money. I think I've bet against her at least in her last 3 fights. I don't think I'm betting Andrea Lee, but definitely better bet Viviana Araujo, who had some success, bunch of control time. Most of the takedowns got stuffed. Jessica Andrade is obviously absolutely washed at this point. The Alexa Grasso fight was impressive to me. I don't know if that says more of kind of how much Alexa Grasso has fell off, but
I think it does a little bit, which personally
could definitely be. But Silva looked good in there. But Rose, come on, man! Like when she's on, she is an elite fucking fighter. She's, can mix it up. I think she can probably get Natalia
She
Silva
can,
down,
she can
and
get takedowns too.
and
Yeah.
and she does have some subs. The striking, she's pretty good at striking too. So like, I just, this number seems very wide. So I'm forced to take Rose Small. So I guess this is going to be a chalky ass card. Heavyweight division, another pretty big favorite. Where's Waldo? -330. Black Beast 270. Are we doing this again, Wes?
The number one Derek Lewis hater from way back is now making all kinds of money on Derek Lewis here lately. I mean, wasn't it the last time out? He was another like dog again.
Hell yeah.
What fight was
Teixeira,
that?
when he fucking smoked Teixeira.
Yeah,
in round one.
he was
fucking
plus
cashed.
plus 250 last time out. Look, what special UFC pills aside, or somehow that he can take whatever the fuck they're giving him. The dude still hits like a fucking truck against. This is Waldo Cortez, bro. We're talking about. Has people like he's clipped some bums here lately, and now he's fucking minus fucking 300 to Derek Lewis in a heavyweight fight. What are we doing, man? Black Beast, I think there's some, we'll say plus 270. Black Beast KO plus 350 against. We've all seen this movie? This is Waldo fucking Cortez, bro. Yeah, Black Beast. Hit it.
Yeah, I'm taking the peptide beast.
Is that where that's what we're
he's been getting that good from the Performance Institute, and
all legal.
Yeah,
Nowitzki says it's all good. There's nothing wrong with it.
He checked it. Yeah, this number just seems wide. Like I like you said, well, where's Walto's on a nice little run here, but these are absolute bums. Black Beast, if he hits you once, you go down, man. This number seems crazy. If Waldo comes out and just smokes Derek Lewis, it has happened a little bit more somewhat recently than before in his career. But Where's Waldo was not some, unbelievable power puncher before these kind of last two. He had a shit ton of finishes against some shitty fighters. I don't think he's that amazing. And if you let Derek Lewis hang around, he might get you. So, Black Beast TKO consensus bet of the other consensus bet of the week. We're half shot on old Black Beast Peptide Beast by TKO plus 350.
Like, how do you pass that up? Like, like
Black Beast against anybody by TKO at plus 350. That's not going to just grapple him, and even if that is the case,
he's going to get the fight he wants to have a shot at it. He's straight up going to get a fucking half a kickboxing match. Like, okay, give me that.
Works for me. Co-main event of the night of the card. We got Sugar Sean O'Malley as a minus 200 favorite against Song Yadong plus 170. What do you got, Wes?
Yeah, this is a pretty good fight. I think O'Malley is getting back into sort of a matchup that is way more favorable for his style than fighting Merab 2 times out. We kind of seen how much O'Malley's skills when he can have a guy that's gonna kind of plod in front of him and throw power shots, and he can keep that distance and use his range. And the guy does have some sneaky power. Like I think I kind of underrated his power early on. He was kind of knocking out old dudes and shit, but the power's there. He did completely fucking stun Aljo. So I think he's just gonna get a good matchup here. I like the old fucking Yadong. I think the guy's pretty good. I just think this is a bad matchup for him. He's got a long, rangy striker in front of him. He's going to be plotting, and O'Malley's going to kind of point his way to a decision win here. I think he's going to hit Yadong, but man, Yadong's got an insane chin, can take some damage. So kind of like O'Malley by decision. I think minus 200 is just kind of short here for me. I don't know if I'm going to lay it. I'd like to try to find something to parlay with O'Malley on the card. So that's probably the way I'll go, but I think he wants a decision here.
Yeah, I agree. Never been a huge Sugar Show
I haven't
fan.
either. Yep.
But in this matchup, I think he's going to be in good shape. Like I don't think Yadong's going to get him down. He showed pretty good takedown defense for the most part. And in the striking, I think he's just going to be a lot sharper. He's going to be landing more. And O'Malley's got good defense. So, Yadong has some power, but O'Malley's, for the most part, shown a good chin. And he has good defense. So I think O'Malley's just going to kind of outpoint and style on Song Yadong a bit and maybe get himself a title shot. So minus 200, I haven't found anything to parlay that. I don't really want to lay that, but things may change by Saturday.
Yeah. I think minus 200 is a very good price on O'Malley here. However you want to.
Stitch likes either in round 3. Yeah, I mean, if they have an action fight, if there's a bunch of volume in the first 2, I think they can wear each other down, and O'Malley could catch that chin, or maybe Yadong land something big. But I don't know what those numbers are. I would hope they're a decent size because these are still featherweights.
Yeah,
or bantamweights. Sorry,
I think this goes pretty long personally, but
yeah, O'Malley round 3 by KO. You can get in the plus 1600 range. Song Yadong's plus 2500 round 3 KO. Those are big numbers. Maybe if you're going to go that route, you want to see big numbers like that. So
or play 3, 4, and 5 at huge numbers like that, because it's absolutely seeing it going some rounds.
This is only a 3-round fight, Wes.
Is it?
Yep. It seems like they have not increased it to 5 rounds, even though it got moved into the co-main event. Probably just too late, and they weren't going to pay more money to make these guys go 5. So we're looking at a 3-round co-main event.
Yeah, I think this cruises to the cards personally.
Yep. Main event, UFC interim lightweight championship. Patty the fucking Batty. It's insane. Can you think back when Patty lost to the fucking insulin kid that he would be getting a title shot? I know I didn't, and I've paid for it. Patty the Batty, minus 225. Justin Gaethje, plus 190. Wes, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, watching this dude just flat stick a gun in Jared Gordon's fucking back of his head, and still a complete lost that fight to Jared fucking Gordon. And I mean, the dude's beating Tony Ferguson, Bobby fucking Green, and then got Chandler. I'll give him Chandler, but Chandler's as flawed a fighter.
Washed.
As washed and flawed a fighter as you could ever imagine. Look, this is why it's taken everything in me not to take 2-1 on Justin Gaethje here, because I fear that Patty's walking into another one of those, though. I just don't know how washed Gaethje is at this point. I know he did win the Fiziev fight, but I mean, that was just another close fight too, to where he was getting hit and he took more damage. Man, I have faded Patty every single fight, and I'm pretty much pot committed. And if I bet this fight, it's going to be on Gaethje. I'm still not convinced that Patty is you don't even have to be great to win this fight, I guess, but how could you look at his fights in the UFC and make a serious case about him being a champion level fighter? That's idiotic to me. So maybe he beats Gaethje. I don't know how you truly look at this guy as any kind of champ at this point. It's another like shitty thing about this fucking company now that they gotta have these trinket belts only for nothing more than to make it the quote unquote prestige of the show, the top of the fucking the bill. So I'm probably gonna bet a little Justin Gaethje just out of fucking principle, and much rather see Gaethje have this fake belt for a little bit over Patty, because you know that kid's gonna run around like he's like the dude talking. He's gonna be able to call a shot. That's the bad thing. I'm more convinced than you that Patty's got some pull in this shit just because of his popularity. And I'm not sure it's that well deserved. This guy might have a belt around his waist come Saturday night.
He might, like you, have lost a bunch of money fading him. You know,
That Gordon win is gonna.
He obviously beat the Insulin Kid. He didn't look good early against the Insulin Kid, but he choked him out obviously after. The Gordon win is the one that he lost. Everybody knows it. But yeah,
Tony
I mean,
was landing a little bit.
Yeah,
but...
don't matter. Props to the dude. He's done a lot better than I think most people thought. Yeah, I would like to take Gaethje in this. I have concerns. He's taken a fuck ton of damage. Sometimes he can grapple, other times he can't.
Yeah. That's probably the more important thing, because I think at some point Patty's absolutely gonna take this guy down, and I'm not sure. Like you said, sometimes Gaethje's takedown defense is like world class. Other times it's just not.
Yeah. So I have concerns. Maybe if I win all my bets up to Gaethje or something like that, or I'm up big, or maybe if I've lost all of them, I might add on some Gaethje
one way or the other,
and mush his ass too. But yeah, Patty, I mean, for the most part, you know, he does get hit, but he's shown a pretty damn good chin so far.
Yeah.
And yeah, Gaethje is just a million in fight years. But Gaethje's got power. I think if Gaethje can kind of survive the storm in the first, round and a half, I think he can kind of take over this fight. So I'm going to pick Gaethje. I want him to win. I'm very concerned that come Saturday night, Sunday morning, that Patty the Batty is technically a UFC champion, interim or not, and that's fucking wild to think about.
How many fucking cheeseburgers does he eat fucking Saturday night if he wins that belt?
Dude's gonna be pushing 250.
Yeah, he's gonna be fucking over 200.
Yes,
Jesus
sir.
Christ.
Yes, sir. All right, this was a long one, obviously, with the review preview, but we'll be back here again next week for another numbered event. That one's obviously a local Oceanic card, so it's a little localized, but there's still some fun fights on there that we're gonna probably lose some money on. So that should do it. Wes, you got anything for us?
No, just have enjoy the weekend with the fights back. Sign up for ToutMaster. Shoot anybody a message that doesn't listen to us idiots talk, and we might want to play. And, good luck on our bets.
Sounds good to me. All right. Thanks for all the comments. We love to see it, and we'll see you boys later.